Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. The madness. Boy, was that a weekend of college basketball? Lordy. Or what? Had to recover yesterday. Took the day off. Possibly will take a next Monday off as well. Woo! Been going hard this whole season. Geared up for Sweet 16 this weekend. Final Four, of course, the weekend after. And then it is full head dive into the swing of things on the baseball diamond. Looking forward to transitioning the show to baseball heavier content from college hoops. However, and I know it's been done, but man, did I have a blast this weekend on these games. It was like, had everything you needed the first weekend of March Madness to have. I think the production of value is getting a little watered down, ran down, mostly due to Coca-Cola and AT&T. However, the player basketball has definitely been there. Few teams that stand out to me off the top of my head. Creighton. They have been the definition of up and down all season, man. To watch Creighton come out and beat North Carolina State and then turn around and beat Baylor in the ways that they did was very, very impressive. The Big East as a total, man, is impressive. I will get to a couple of those coaching newses breaks that came out yesterday. But the Big East, man, they got Xavier, UConn, and Creighton. Three of the top dogs in the Sweet 16. And I think Michigan, I think Marquette just got the small end of the small. I don't know, man. In a weird emotional state on this Tuesday morning. But yeah, I mean, they run to in my opinion, the hottest team in the country in Michigan State, or else I think it'll be four teams from the Big East sitting pretty in the Sweet 16. San Diego State, man, shout out to them. San Diego State, hats off. Mount West finally getting that monkey off of their back. Man, I want to say two Mount West teams got to win that first Friday, first round. But I know Utah State lost. Maybe it was just San Diego, San Diego State, 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 San Diego State, State, State. Yeah, I don't see any other teams from the Mount West getting through. Boise State took a loss, as did Utah State. Kansas State, man, another team that impressed me. I think I said about 2 months ago, maybe in January, how impressed I was with Kansas State and how you can almost guarantee mark this team into the Sweet 16. The bracket came out. I kind of overlooked them. I didn't like the draw that they had. Montana State, I don't know. Didn't really know much about them. And then Kansas State, after Montana State, runs into Kentucky. So I kind of I bet Tucky on that one. That was a bad bet. That was one of those dope moments, I guess. Brag all season about how good Kansas State is, and then don't bet them when it's time to put the money on the line. Arizona, of course, the biggest news, the biggest break, the biggest upset of the weekend was coming out of Arizona and Princeton, the Ivy League bandits, coming in with a reckless sensation, not giving a hoot and hammer who they offend. You also got Miami, Indiana. Miami did play Drake in the first round, but Miami taking care of Indiana handedly. Uh, man, Miami did it last season, made a hot run. They're doing it again this season. This year, I think they're a little improved. They won the ACC regular season title this season. Miami, man. I think Miami and Michigan State and one other team, I forgot who it is now. It was only three teams that covered for me both rounds. Man, I want to say Michigan State. I don't know. I want to say UCLA maybe. UConn, Michigan State, and Snap, Miami. Those are the three teams that I was the hottest on. Three of my favorite teams going into the tournament: Michigan State, Miami, and UConn. All three handling a business, as Lee like to say. It's Captain by a hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives, going live on this amazing Tuesday, March 21st. Man, this show attracts time like no other. The fact that I've been doing it roughly 5, 6 months. I don't know. This weekend was a real wake up call. How serious I need to start taking this show in my life and just. I don't know, man. We ain't 24 no more. We're not 25 no more. Kind of hits you a little different the older you get. Something was missing this weekend from the madness, and I don't think it had anything to do with the games. Or maybe it did. I don't know. I've been trying to put my finger on it all weekend. It's been exciting games. It's been exciting finishes. Something is definitely missing personally from the madness this year. And then it hit me yesterday when it was all over with. The first weekend at least. How just far I came, man, in life. And it's weird. Like, I don't really celebrate birthdays. Don't really celebrate holidays. I enjoy getting together with fam. But March Madness always really hits me. Like, another year went by. Another crazy 4 days. Another year went by. I don't know why. But yeah, outside of the first day, you had Furman, you had Princeton. Um, both those upsets were pretty crazy, pretty funkadelic, if you will. Also, of course, had Fairleigh Dickinson, second 16 seed ever to pull off the upset over a 1 seed. But it almost felt like, yeah. I don't know if it's because I bet Fairleigh Dickinson plus 23 against Purdue. It felt more like, yeah, than, I don't know. I don't know. Arkansas was also a huge surprise, man. I didn't think they would make it past Illinois. I liked them against Illinois. Didn't think they'd make it past. I thought Illinois is going to just show up out of nowhere. Sometimes they do that. But Arkansas comes out, handles business there, and then beats number one ranked Kansas, baby. Kansas and Purdue are both going down the first two rounds. Honestly, man, that's part of the beauty right now of the bracket that's going on. There are so many, and I mean so many, um, high seeds that have a chance right now to advance. There's still some. I mean, we could look after this weekend coming up, and it'd be back to the regular 1-2s, and occasionally a 4 or 5. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I got some bold takes for this weekend coming up. I will of course share all of them with you on this show as we move throughout the week. Today is kind of just a recapping of everything that happened. I cannot believe Arkansas beat Kansas. I think that just opens up the field for UConn, who I have winning it all. I had UConn winning it all over Arizona, so that is the only part that sucks. One of my teams that had going all the way is now kicked out. I'm not sure why I went against Zaga, but I did. I had TCU right there. Zaga, and man, that was a weird ending to the weekend, wasn't it? For all those -5, -4 bettors on Gonzaga to be up 6 with .7 seconds left. And I mean, just from, I'm sure y'all have the same watching basketball memory. They take the ball out and you're waiting for him to kind of just pick it up and chuck it. I was waiting, man. I was like, all right, he's going to hit the full court heave. I was all right, he's going to let it roll a little bit. Maybe get a little half court heave in. And then once he crossed half court, I was like, there's no way. He's going to grab this thing and pull up a jumper. Sure enough, Cash Money Records took over for the 2023 March Madness. Cash Money on the jump shot broke the hearts of millions. Had 4 bets on that game since it was the last game of the weekend. Ended up going 1-3. I had Zags -4.5, Zags -5, over 150 something, and then first half over 72 in the hook. They missed the first half over by 2 or 3 points. Got the second half over easily in that 3. As they say in the South Side, hold me out of 2 units of my hard-earned money. That Gonzaga game was a trip to end the weekend on. I'm sure like everybody else who was waiting for like an official review. And I'm sure college basketball said, hey, man, just go ahead, bro. We just did 100 and something games in 4 days. Nobody got shot. Nothing went too viral in a bad way. Get the hell up on out of here. Get on these planes, get on these buses, and get our people home safely. But yeah, man, I mean, just these bottom 4 matchups, you got some of the night. Like, this is going to be some good quality basketball. Florida Atlantic taking on Tennessee. I'm not sure who I'm leaning with right there yet. I believe that's a 5-point line going Tennessee's way. At the moment, you got a 4 seed taking on a 9 seed. I don't know. I mean, all the talk about Tennessee losing to ZZ Ziegler and being hurt, I'm starting to think that they don't give a hot ham about losing ZZ Ziegler. I mean, they came out. I took the Louisiana +12. They covered. I was happy. Didn't think much of it. I'm like, okay, Tennessee, get the 3-point victory. Scarcely escapes elimination to a Louisiana Lafayette, a raging Cajun basketball team. I take my money, be happy about it. I think that was a Friday game, so I was like, maybe it was Thursday. Didn't stand out too much, if you will. 3-point victory over Louisiana. Then they come down against Duke, and I'm like, this way you slap them. No ZZ Ziegler jumping all over the Duke Blue Devil train, as I'm sure thousands and thousands of fellow Americans nationwide made the same mistake I did. Rode Duke a little too hard. Somehow Tennessee slapped them all on the floor. Fairleigh Dickinson, man. Take the +23 against Purdue. Turn around and take, I think it was +15 even against FAU. Slap both of those bets. FAU ended up advancing. So I really don't know with this game, man. Part of me wants to go Florida Atlantic because of all the ZZ Ziegler injury talk, but I feel like after the weekend, Tennessee just put on what's it called? Put on video. I think they're ready to make. I don't think they done with the season. I don't think they, like I said, give a hot hammer about missing Ziegler. I'm sure they do, as far as mentally, that's their boy, that's their friend. I'm sure they miss having him around. But as far as on the court and producing, this Tennessee team has not wavered. If anything, somehow they got better. Don't ask me how, because I have no idea. I mean, besides pace and gameplay and speed and other players just knowing they got to step up. I don't know. I mean, 25, a little want to say Australian cat. I mean, he's always nice, but I think he feels some of that pressure and has the skill set to alleviate some of the pressure off of some of his other teammates. Because man, he steps up. He got that silky smooth left-handed jumper. I would do. It's hard not to take Tennessee minus the 5, even though I don't really believe in Tennessee, even with Ziegler. So I don't know. The +5 on Florida Atlantic. I've been going back and forth on this one since Sunday. Um, Arkansas UConn. I think that's gonna be the best game of the weekend, outside of maybe Gonzaga UCLA. I mean Xavier. I mean it's gonna be some goddamn games, boy. Some games. But I feel like Arkansas UConn. It's gonna be more of a NBA heavyweight style fight. Instead of the college basketball rankings. A lot of NBA talent is going to be on the floor for this game. A lot of big time players, two coaches that have a great understanding of the game at this and the next level. Both have little crinkles and creases of NBA style offense, getting shooters open on the perimeter. So I'm definitely looking forward to this Arkansas UConn game. Just off the top of my head, I lean UConn. Uh, Kind of because that's the team I've got to win it all. You give me 3.5 on UConn. I like that number a lot. I think Arkansas kind of stumbled into the tournament. They kind of stumbled all through the season. UConn, however, they did have a little January scare. I believe they were 5-6 through January or something like that. But November, December, February, and March, this has been my favorite team to watch. It's been my favorite team, 1 through 5. I'm not saying they're the best team, but I think 1 through 5, they are the best at each individual position. If you had to play 1-on-1, so Arkansas, UConn, I'm gonna lean towards UConn, but I would not be surprised at all if Arkansas took my money and ran with it. You can get UConn right now at -3.5. I'm still kind of sitting off some of these bets, kind of seeing how the lines are moving. There's really no bet that I want to jump on that I care if the line does move. Yeah, I have no favorite that I like want to get locked in at a number. Hopefully, actually, I get a few bigger numbers, and I can take the other side. Texas -4 might be one where you don't want it to get up there to 5 or 6. If you're taking Texas, Creighton, Princeton, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, how can we not learn? Princeton just beats Arizona. They just beat Mizzou. Who cares about Mizzou? But I mean, you giving them 9.5 against Creighton. It's not like Creighton's like, I don't know, Anthony Davis in Kentucky coming in. It's not like it's Zion and Blue Devils. Like, it's Creighton. Above average school. Great Big East history. Gritty team, great team, excellent talent, excellent coach. Nothing against Creighton, but it's not like you're bringing in some giants here to take care of Princeton. It's not like you got your big brother and your dad and your uncle coming. You bringing your little brother to the fight on this one. Little cuz, hey, come on, walk me up to the school real quick. Tell him the whole breakdown while you on the way. Man, so I took his lunch milk, thinking he soft. He ain't gonna, so he not soft though. He gonna handle me about his lunch milk. So now we gotta, like, damn, big bruh, you get me involved in this shit over some lunch milk. That's how I feel about Creighton showing up to get Arizona and Missouri's back after Princeton slapped them around a little bit. Back to this Braquito. 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 So UConn, Arkansas, FAU, Tennessee, Gonzaga, UCLA. I mean, just uh, a piece of art waiting to be painted in that game for your viewers' pleasure. I'm sure Tiger and Drew mm, will put on a dandy show for whoever is in attendance or watching that game. Looks like all four of those games will be the Thursday games, with Kansas State and Michigan State kicking it off at 5:30. Michigan State, Michigan State, Michigan State. Michigan State is my favorite team. Definitely will be riding them. I'm hoping I can get them at plus money. I'm hoping everybody comes in on the Kansas State. But honestly, I've been hoping that with Michigan State all weekend. Keep getting it down to 1.5 before I just jump on it and give up the waiting games. Actually, Saturday's matchup, Marquette. I kept getting a better number, man. I put about 5 bets in on that game. Plus 23, 123, plus 132, plus 134, plus 125, plus 140. Like, I just felt disrespected at the plus 140 at the end right before tip off. Put one more thing on it. Said, go ahead and hold this for your boy. I'll be back to pick it up in a minute. Came back, had my money tripled. Sometimes you gotta treat the book like a beep. That's a joke, people. 100% joking. Thursday games, man. I cannot wait to dive deeper into these Thursday morning. On Friday, I just kind of touched on Creighton and Princeton. Just kind of touched on Xavier in Texas. These Big East schools, man. I love to see them get this deep. Same thing with the Mount West in San Diego State after having the horrible 5-year span that the Mount West did. And then you got the good old fashioned kind of blue bloods, I guess, at this point, man, with ACC and Miami and Houston over there in the American. Alabama's been a powerhouse in the SEC since COVID. It's a good basketball all around this weekend, man. I'm looking forward to this San Diego State. I definitely will be on San Diego State plus as many points as the book will give me. It's moved from 7 to 7.5. I'm holding out for a 9, man. I got till Friday to hold out, or I'll just take it at whatever it is. But I got San Diego State winning this game, man. I think Alabama finally runs out of the gas that they have been running on. They have been running on fumes for about 50 days or so. I'm sure these are young kids, but eventually lunch start tasting different. The mornings start feeling different. That old man age starts creeping up on you. It's kind of a metaphor, so I didn't get too specific. But that noise, it get louder every day. And I'm sure they hear it down there in Tuscaloosa, or wherever the hell Alabama University is. I got San Diego State, man, winning this game. That's what I picked on my bracket a week ago. So I picked on my bracket 5 days ago. I got San Diego State. I had Arizona and Iowa State at the bottom. But I think now I'm going to go with Princeton. And Creighton's been freaking impressive, though. I can't even say Princeton with a straight face on this thing. What they have, the new, I forgot, man. Who knows? They got the Sweet 16, the second chance bracket. That's what I need in my life. But no, all honesty, I got San Diego State, Houston. Both of those teams still alive. 3 of my Final 4 are still alive. UConn, Michigan State, and Houston. So honestly, man, I just need a good weekend this weekend, bro. I just need UConn, Michigan State to win. Uh, San Diego State and Houston. If I had to get them 4 teams to get a, excuse me, victory, my bracket should be on the up and up. I'm in this little bracket tourney thingy mabob. Yeah, I'm not doing too gravy though. Tied for 11th place out of 13. I'm not tied with nobody actually. I'm just straight up 11th place. Somebody tell G Money that boy out of line. I don't know why. I mean, that boy is trash. 13%, now he's 62%. So there is hope for us all. Back to you, Dan. Thanks, Lisa. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Yeah, I don't really have nothing put in yet, man. UConn, Michigan State, my favorite two for Thursday. San Diego State. Whew. My favorite one for Friday. I'll have to do some more mathing, some more multiplications and algorithms. Tonight, though, there is some NIT action I wanted to bring your way. Put a little smell of a bet under your nose. See if you sniff it. Yesterday, I jumped in on a little women's second round tournament action. Took Ohio State minus the points. Girls couldn't cover. Sleeping chili bowl cold in the wind. I said, ain't this some no. Tonight, you have two NIT games. You have North Texas taking on Oklahoma State. I love Oklahoma State minus the 4.5 in this one. I have not pulled the trigger yet. Probably will be a bet I will be looking at to get in on around early afternoon, late evening. Probably right before tip off. Got a few things to do around the house. Still cleaning up on some of the madness festivities. Got to take one more big dog to the airport. And then got to work on a sink. And then I'll really figure out what I'm doing tonight betting wise. However, I do have this bet already in. Let's go with some Big Ten action, baby. Give me Wisconsin plus 4.5. Yes, I know. Why the heck is Wisconsin plus 4.5 taking on Oregon in the NIT? I would definitely be on the Badgers plus 4.5, possibly on the money line. Hey, live a little. It's March, people. Won't have another college hoops game to bet on after 13 days from now until November. So it's just bet them all. Yeah. Bet them all. Anyway, those are the two plays I like tonight. Oklahoma State minus 4.5. Wisconsin plus 4.5. NBA, baby. Getting down to the nit and the grit and the T on the end of both. NBA is down to the last. Don't quote me here. I believe NBA is 10 games left, maybe, for teams. 10 games on the season. 11, maybe. Huh? It looks like, just going off of the Bucks schedule, there are 11 games left, roughly, for everybody. I'm geeked, man. As soon as this madness is over, I'm gonna flip the switch to some NBA basketball. I'll probably take overs the last 2 weeks of the season, and then switch back to some underplays for the first round of the playoffs. We'll definitely be on some overplays. I might even start looking to jump on these tonight, maybe even tomorrow. I haven't really looked into it just off the top. You got 218 on Cleveland and Brooklyn. Like that a lot. A lot of these numbers are getting up there, man. But I used to take anything under 240, I believe, was the play. This was 2019, 2020. And I kind of got away from it since the bubble. But looking to get back on that trend of betting overs the last 2 or 3 weeks of NBA season. Bucks are your favorites right now to win the finals. Huh. And you don't say. Um, man, it's crazy when you look at these numbers for who's going to win the championship in the NBA. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, it's wide the heck on open. You got Celtics. Oh, you got Bucks, Celtics, Suns, Nuggets, Warriors, Sixers, Clippers, Grizzlies, Cavs, Mavs, Lakers, Kings. If that don't tell you that this the trashiest NBA season we ever had, and by trashiest, maybe it's just the most spread out, the most competitive, the most indulging, the most entertaining basketball ever. Just maybe. Just maybe. So definitely looking forward to getting in the groove of NBA. I've been kind of meaning to do it last 2 or 3 weeks so that today I could just come out firing. Still not there to where I feel comfortable giving you any NBA plays on a regular besides maybe a prop here or there. Yeah, I mean, just whew. Nothing NBA wise today that jumps out at me. So, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for watching. This has been Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Please take all wagers at your own risk and please gamble responsibly. Dives.